Oh, snap. Stop it right away. We're live again on YouTube, on Rumble, and we've been live on TikTok for almost 9 minutes now. Actually, 10 minutes. So we did 10 minutes of pre-show on TikTok, y'all. Come over to TikTok if you're finding the YouTube and Rumble first. TikTok is the haunted side. YouTube and Rumble, it is the Mystery Project, y'all. So TikTok, come over. The Mystery Project. We're live. Ashlyn, first member. Bam! That is right. On the YouTube channel, we now have members unlocked. And we have super chats unlocked. So, Ashlyn, there we go. Boom. First member. And who's going to get the first super chat? Go crazy, y'all. It is appreciated. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it. Very cool. All right. So we're going to talk cases. All right. We got 4 cases in this video, y'all. We have 4 cases to talk about in this live stream, in this video. All right. The first one, we're going to be talking about Chad Doerman. All right, that's the dude, the crazy guy, Ohio, took out the 3 kids, his 3 kids. Sick. Y'all remember we watched that in the body cam footage of it happening, and it's what the fuck? It's shocking. All right, so we're gonna be talking about that case because I guess there's some developments, there's some updates, some things are happening there. So we're gonna talk about that first. Then we're talking about Jonathon Candy. Y'all hear about this one? That one was not Ohio. I want to say Oklahoma. Was it? It was Oklahoma. Yeah. Police are saying that he hunted his family inside their home. What? Yeah. 4 children, took out 3 of them. And one of them was sleeping, woke up, found this. His whole family. And they don't know why he was spared yet. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. Then we're moving on to Ida Ann Lorenzo. And apparently she's at a crowded restaurant in Utah. And she thought some person's skirt was too short. So she decided to pull it down. Wham. Well, that's SA. Now she's being charged with that. F around and find out, Ida. Is that her name? Ida? Yeah, it's Ida. What? People are crazy, y'all. This world is nuts. Can you believe that? Then, the 4th case, before we move on to the crazy body cam story that we have tonight. The 4th case during this live stream. New York District Attorney. Her name is, I had it right here and it disappeared. Sandra Dorley. Allegedly, she refused to stop for a police officer when she was caught speeding. So she just kept driving to her home. She pulls in. The cop has his lights on and everything. The lady tried calling the police chief and asked him to stop the officer from pulling her over. The officer confronts her. She starts saying, "Do you know who I am?" So I guess the entitled New York District Attorney. We're gonna see what do you know who I am? Do you know who I am, lady? This is crazy as hell. Okay, so we're gonna talk about those. You guys ready? Thumbs up in the chat. Who's ready? Who's the dude behind you? Jamie, this is Chad Doerman. He's sick. That's the first case, so we're gonna talk about him right now. TikTok, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy. Hit me with the hand hearts. YouTube, you can now join the channel. Join the channel, y'all. Ashlyn did it. In fact, I might pin it in the chat. Join the channel, y'all. It helps support the show. Very much appreciated. Super chats work too, y'all. Y'all, YouTube, send a super chat so I can show you what it does on the screen. Rumble rants. Rumble, you guys are amazing. In fact, how many people do we have on Rumble? 100 people watching on Rumble. Almost 20 people on YouTube. Let's go. And we got 350 people on TikTok. All right, let's go. I'm going to shrink myself down. Actually, I'm going to fix the live stream because I have the wrong logo and everything. Boom. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna shrink myself down. Chad Doerman, y'all. This dude is sick. Here we go. And I think the sound should be okay.
New information in the case of Chad Doerman, the Ohio father accused of murdering his 3 young sons. Prosecutors now revealing what they claim Doerman said and did before killing the boys. I have that, including other major developments in the case. Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Chad Doerman.
What's up, Angenette?
Could get the death penalty if he's convicted of murdering his 3 young sons, 7-year-old Clayton, Hunter,
you mispronounced should,
who was just 4, and 3-year-old Chase in June of last year. Prosecutors are now revealing what they claim Doerman did on that summer day. It's actually hard to think about because it was a beautiful summer day. The sun was shining. You can see it in the body camera footage. The 3 boys, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase, were likely just playing as kids do during those summer months. But according to an amended bill of particulars filed by prosecutors, Chad Doerman was acting strangely that day in June. The document, which details the
you don't say
charges against a defendant.
Holy hell, you think he was acting strangely? Yeah. Oh, you Sooner chick. I literally live 1 mile from where that happened in Oklahoma. My daughter went to school with the oldest boy, and I drive by that every morning on my way to work. It's been sad. Wow. Yeah, that and it just happened. Didn't it happen on I want to say the 19th. No, it's the 22nd. So, yeah. Not very long at all. Oof. Thank you for the Rumble rant, though. Very, very sweet. Thank you for the love.
Says Doerman returned home early from work and at one point obtained a Bible and was walking around the house with it. Prosecutors write, while walking with the Bible, the defendant was mumbling, quote, "Chad knows what's right." Doerman then began to get into...
You what?
Oh, no. Not one of those. Patrick is Lex better tonight. He's feeling a little bit better, yeah. He's feeling a little bit better. He was upset about yesterday, but he's much better now.
To the gun safe located in the master bedroom. But then Doerman's wife told him that he was scaring her and that she didn't like what he was doing. She planned to call his parents. That's what the document says. Then prosecutors said Doerman responded that he was, quote, "just kidding" and playing around. Doerman's wife told investigators that she didn't want him to be alone because of the way that he was acting. So she and one of the boys stayed in the room with him. Then Doerman got out of bed and pulled a .22 caliber rifle out of the gun safe and shot one of his sons. Prosecutors say Doerman's wife called 911 and tried to help her wounded son, and she also tried to protect the other boys, but Doerman chased them down and shot them, even demanding his stepdaughter put one of the boys down as she ran for help. They said the girl put the boy down and Doerman shot him.
Man, this dude is crazy.
Stand up! Go!
Police body camera footage showed Doerman sitting on the front steps of his home. He has that rifle sitting next to him, and he does not resist being taken into custody by sheriff's deputies in Claremont County, Ohio, east of Cincinnati.
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. You got anything on you? No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it.
Doerman calmly stated that no one else was left in the house.
My daughter, she ran over to the fire department. Sit down. It's my stepdaughter. Put him in the cage.
Now, you may be asking yourself, why are prosecutors now releasing this information about Doerman coming home early from work, walking around with the Bible, and saying Chad's always right? Well,
Yeah, what the hell does all that mean? Patrick, you should check out the case of Christian Gregor? That's the one with the treadmill, right? That's the treadmill dude? I don't know if I can stomach. I mean, any of these cases, these are sick. But I have seen that one, y'all. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Has happened since Doerman was first charged with murdering his sons last summer. One major development that we've covered for you here on Crime Fix, the judge presiding over Doerman's case granted his request to suppress his interview with law enforcement. That means the jury is not going to see it.
I believed that he wanted to talk to me based on our short interaction earlier in the interview where I said that I wanted to talk to him, and he said, that's fine. Actually, I said, I want to talk to you if that's okay, and he said, that's fine.
That was Claremont County Sheriff's Detective Michael Ross testifying earlier this year about his interaction with Chad Doerman following his arrest. Several times, Doerman mentioned talking with, quote, a lawyer.
I felt obligated to explore it a little bit, yes. So I did. I asked him if he had a lawyer.
And what did he indicate to you?
He said, we have family lawyers.
And did you follow up on that?
Yeah, again, I felt like pulling teeth. I'm trying to get him to talk about it. You tell me, who's your lawyer? So I asked him if there was somebody we could call. And he said, Keith Doerman and Ruby Franklin.
And did he give you any information about those two individuals?
Yes, I followed up with them. Keith Doerman is his father, and neither one of those people are attorneys.
So he was able to tell you Keith Doerman is his dad. What did he say about Ruby Franklin?
He said that she was in the CIA, and I said, well, is she a lawyer in the CIA? And he said, she's in the CIA. So neither name that he gave me were even close to lawyers.
So right there, Detective Ross detailed an exchange he had with Chad Doerman where he talked about wanting a lawyer. And he's talking about a woman named Ruby Franklin, whom he claimed was in the CIA. It turns out, of course, that Ruby Franklin was a woman he used to know. And back to that statement about Doerman.
Somebody that he used to know. I thought he was saying Ruby Frankie. I was like, bro, if that's your attorney, you are fucked. That lady's going to prison, y'all. I hope that's not your attorney.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Around the
By the way, TikTok, 400 something people watching. Hit the follow button. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, we're live every night. We're talking about all kinds of different cases right now. We got 4 cases in this one live stream, in this one video already. Okay, we're on the first one. Y'all, hit me with the hand hearts just like that, KD. Thank you so much for the love. Support the show, y'all, if you want to. But if you guys want to see these videos, and my allergies are killing me, y'all. My nose is itching like crazy. If you want to see these videos, come follow or subscribe to the Mystery Project on YouTube. There's a YouTube channel. Just search the Mystery Project on YouTube. You'll find it. You can actually see the video we're watching. Same thing. We're on Rumble as well. Rumble.com/The Mystery Project. Come on over, y'all. We got 30 people watching on YouTube. Let's get 100 people watching on YouTube, y'all. I think 100 of y'all. Here's the secret. Put YouTube on the TV so you can watch the video and have TikTok on your phone so you can chat. Or put YouTube on your iPad and put and stay in the TikTok chat on your phone. I'm not saying that's what the cool kids do, but that's what the cool kids do.
Bruh.
All right, let's keep going. So basically he was talking to this guy and this detective, and he was saying he wanted his dad because his dad was an attorney, but turns out that's not true. And he said he wanted to talk to Ruby Franklin, and that was just some girl that he used to know, also not an attorney. Whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hear Ruby Frankie.
How dare you?
All right, let's continue.
the Bible. Here's what Detective Ross said Chad Doerman said to him about the Bible.
He had made a comment that the Bible says that you kill your firstborn, you kill your secondborn, you kill your thirdborn, but first you're supposed to kill your wife. I didn't kill my wife. So I really thought that was a very important comment that he had just made. And I wanted him to repeat to me some of the things that he had said. And I was asking him about that, and he cut me off. He stopped me from talking and said, in all in one sentence, he says, I'll just wait for a lawyer. I really don't know. Like, give me a couple days. I'll talk to a lawyer and get nice, good answers. He says that all in basically one breath.
Again, that was another exchange in which
Nice, good answers.
You what?
Holy, yeah, where in the Bible did it say that, T-Bomb? Exactly. I remember the one that said, thou shalt not. Thou shalt not commit that and adultery. I don't know who needs to hear that one.
How dare you?
a lot of things we ain't supposed to do. Sorry, my southern came out. There's a lot of things we're not supposed to do. Where can I find this on YouTube, please? Sweet Mizzy, The Mystery Project. See the name right here, The Mystery Project? It should be on the screen, y'all. Right about there. The Mystery Project. Just search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You'll find it. And if you can't find it that way, click the link in the bio and you can find it. It says The Mystery Project on YouTube and The Mystery Project on Rumble. I was about to do something and I can't remember what it was. So let's continue.
Doerman discussed wanting to speak with a lawyer. And all of this discussion by Doerman led Judge Richard Ferenc to throw out his interview with law enforcement. Judge Ferenc found that Doerman had unequivocally asked for a lawyer. Doerman had made other statements during that interview that prosecutors can no longer use against him at trial.
He said, almost like under his breath, like a whisper, what the fuck did I do? Another point, he says, what the fuck did she let me do? Yeah, another time, it looked like he was checking the back of his shirt for blood. There was another point where he's looking around and he says, where's the cameras? Where's the cameras? So he was looking for cameras.
Now, after Judge Ferenc determined that Ross's continued questioning of Doerman after he had asked for a lawyer violated his rights, Doerman changed his plea from just not guilty to not guilty by reason of insanity or mental disease or defect. So he's admitting right there that he killed his sons, but he's saying he was so mentally ill at the time that he did it that he didn't know it was wrong.
What? That's crazy.
I want to bring in criminal defense attorney Andrea Burkhart to talk a little bit about the new actions and statements we're hearing about from Chad Doerman on the day that his sons were murdered. Andrea, this is some really kind of crazy stuff we're reading about in this amended bill of particulars. The prosecution is saying that he came home from work a little early that day. He's carrying around a Bible and he's saying things about Chad's always right, things of that nature. Why do you think the prosecution amended this document to include that information?
Well, this seems to be pretty explicitly a response to the not guilty by reason of insanity plea that Chad Doerman is pursuing here. Ohio follows the conventional insanity standard, which is not based on does a person have a mental illness, is a person out of touch with reality or something like that we commonly associate with a lot of mental disorders in this type of context. The standard is very specifically whether he understands the difference between right and wrong. And so that is the precise question the jury is going to have to answer in evaluating his guilt or innocence in this particular case. So by including this information that would appear on its face to relate to his ability to tell right from wrong, that he understands that shortly before committing these terrible killings, that would go to the substance of the defense, and from the Commonwealth's perspective, it would tend to undermine that.
And just from our viewers and listeners, just so they understand what this means in this case, the not guilty by reason of insanity, the defense is basically saying and conceding our guy did it. He pulled the trigger. However, he shouldn't be held legally responsible because he didn't know right from wrong. He's so mentally incapacitated. There's something so wrong up here that he needs to be maybe in a mental institution and not in prison or possibly get the death penalty.
Yes, that's correct. And so the general idea behind this is that a person who is not mentally fit at the time that they commit a crime, they're not as culpable as somebody who is in their right mind and deliberately and knowingly makes a decision to do something like this. That because of circumstances beyond his control, he is just simply unable to make the same quality of decisions as people who aren't suffering from this type of illness.
I don't know. I'm just not buying that. Anybody else out there? Like I'm not buying it. And frankly, I don't care. You took out your whole family. Your kids, bro. Those kids. The 16-year-old that survived was his daughter. But what? You could do some crazy shit like that and then just be like, I didn't know what I was doing. What illness? He's saying insanity. He wasn't in his right mind at the time. Yo, I don't know why, but the internet is still freaking out. Sorry. Let's keep going. I'm just not buying it.
Would be able to make. So this is a fairly conventional approach to legal responsibility throughout the United.
And by the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get to 50,000 likes. And y'all, we're trying to get 50 of the hand hearts. Hit me with the little hand heart action, would you guys? Plus, go off the grid. We got one already. Smitten Kitten, thank you so much. Y'all, off the grid action. TheHauntedSide.com. Hit that up. You can find ways to support the show directly if you'd like to.
United States, not universal. Idaho, for example, doesn't recognize a classic insanity defense, but it's certainly consistent with the common law tradition that goes back to England and has really been the case in this country in most places for about as long as we've had legal cases here.
Chad Doerman's statement to investigators was suppressed. And in that statement, law enforcement said that he said things like, you know, under his breath, while the law enforcement officers were out of the room, why did she let me do that? Or why did I do that? Or, you know, things of that nature. But he also made a lot of statements in there that made it sound like he was not all there mentally. He's talking about somebody named Ruby Franklin, that when he's talking about a lawyer that he says was in the CIA, but it was really somebody he knew from years past. I mean, there's something definitely maybe not right up there. Does this statement about carrying around the Bible?
There's 100% something not right up there. And that's why people that have whatever that is do what he did, because there's something not right up there. And then what we do as a society is we decide people like that no longer get to be in our society. So even though there's something wrong up there, we need to not have that repeat itself. You know? I mean, I can't imagine being this guy knowing that you did it, because like you said, he's not saying he didn't do it. He's saying, I did it. I just am too crazy to understand that I did it. Okay. The problem is, one, me personally, shut up. I don't care. You're an idiot. But, like, I mean, it's incredibly frustrating. But it's like, okay, you don't understand that you did it. Well, now you understand that if you say you didn't understand it, you don't go to prison. So you're not unstable enough to realize that, oh, if I say this, I won't go to prison. You know that going to prison is wrong, right? And you don't want that. You didn't understand that taking the lives of 3 of your children wasn't wrong? What? No. You did what you did. You made your bed. Now lie in it. That's the words. You made your bed. Lie in it. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen and hit me with the hand hearts, y'all. We're trying to get 50 of them. We got 16. We got a ways to go. And YouTube, you can hit me with super chats. We need to see a super chat, y'all. Watch what happens if you send a super chat. Let's keep going. And channel memberships are unlocked on YouTube. The Mystery Project, y'all. Come on. TikTok, you want to watch the video with us? It's live right now on YouTube. The Mystery Project. And the Mystery Project on Rumble. Come on over, y'all.
And, you know, Chad's always right. And then maybe when his wife is saying, you're making me uncomfortable getting the guns out. And he's like, oh, I'm just joking. That shows right there that he knew what he was doing, he was able to make that decision to not take the guns out at that moment. So that means he knew full well what he was doing and that it was wrong.
Yeah, I think that's certainly that the argument that the prosecution is going to make in this case, that it shows his ability to reflect at the time on the moral significance of his actions. This telling the difference between right and wrong, it's a very difficult legal standard for a defendant to meet, because people can be completely psychotic. They can be completely out of touch with what is happening in reality, but still understand what would be the right thing to do, even in this situation that they're perhaps, hallucinating or delusional about. So having the ability to conduct moral reasoning.
Exactly. It's like those people that say, oh my God, my ex-wife, she's the devil. In fact, I saw her face turn into the devil. And then I thought that I was taking the devil out, right? Okay, well, you still knew it was wrong to take that out, didn't you? Well, yeah. Go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It's not something that you typically are going to lose just by virtue of having some type of mental illness. So it is this very distinct legal standard that doesn't necessarily correlate very well with is somebody with it or not. Now, with these statements that have been suppressed, I think there's a little bit of a challenge here, because the fact that some of those are potentially helpful to the defense in this case,
right?
And he may want to use those in order to show, for example, Chad is always right. Well, that's not necessarily rational. Most people's morality isn't self-referential. We're not gods here, and so that type of thing could potentially be helpful to the defense to show he's not capable of making that kind of rational evaluation. But the problem is, because it's been suppressed, if the defense wants to be able to use those statements, that could potentially open the door to allowing the prosecution to use the rest of the content of that interview, which we understand includes information that could be extremely damaging to his case as well. So that is a strategic choice they're going to have to make in terms of how they present their case on insanity.
Now, what makes a lot of this even more strange is the fact that during the interview with law enforcement, which the jury will never see now, Doerman apparently denied killing his sons several times.
And
What?
at any point during the interview, did the defendant deny shooting his sons that day?
Yes, multiple times throughout the entire interview till the very end.
So it's all a little confusing. Chad Doerman basically denied he killed his sons to detectives. So are his lawyers just saying he was just literally out of his mind that day? Prosecutors, of course, are saying he did it. He knew what he was doing and did it deliberately. Did Chad Doerman think he was following some guidance from the Bible? Prosecutors revealing that statement that Chad Doerman made, that Chad knows what's right and he was carrying around the Bible, makes it make a lot more sense. Doerman is saying he didn't know right from wrong by pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. But saying Chad knows what's right might indicate he knew what he was doing, along with carrying around a Bible. Chad Doerman may very well be mentally ill, but that doesn't mean he was insane at the time he killed his sons.
Oh, he's mentally ill for sure.
The jury will decide that question. It's certainly not a decision I'm making here on this show. And prosecutors will likely argue the fact that Doerman said he was just kidding around when he tried to get in the gun safe, and his wife said it was scaring her, shows he was able to stop himself. He had some level of self-control and ability to reason. Doerman's lawyers will likely argue at trial that anyone who acted the way that Doerman did would have to be insane. He hunted down his 3 little boys like prey and executed them.
Yeah. So straight to jail and then hell.
People can imagine doing something so horrific. So we have the new information about Chad Doerman's actions and words before shooting and killing his sons.
I mean, it's like, what do you expect? It like, oh, you don't know right from wrong, Chad? Oh, you didn't realize what you were doing was wrong? Oh, okay. Dismiss the charges or something? What? Like, come on now. Seriously? No. Even if, and that's a huge if, because I don't believe that for a second. My own personal opinion. Do your own research. But even if, I don't care. What you did is so egregious, whether or not you knew it was wrong or right, whatever in the moment, I don't care. I don't care. You're going to jail for the rest of your life. If you didn't know, genuinely, some crazy ass thing, okay, you didn't know, life in prison without parole. You did know, later, go meet your maker and tell him you didn't know. And then burn your ass in hell.
Andy changed his plea. His attorneys are now.
Is that, I don't know, y'all, thumbs up in the chat. Y'all agree? Thumbs down, you disagree? I mean, there might be people that disagree. There's probably somebody out there.
Now getting a second psychological evaluation to present evidence to the court about what his mental state was like at the time that he committed the murders.
I don't care what it was. Does anybody care what it was? It obviously was terrible.
Trial is scheduled to begin in July. And because the case has been widely publicized, the number of jurors who will be summoned has been increased from 500 to 750. The prosecution is also asking the judge to allow the jury to visit the home where Chad Doerman shot his children. It's called a jury view. Those site visits sometimes happen in cases, and it's a really good thing, I believe. It allows jurors to get a sense of what a crime scene looks like, the dimensions and distances between certain locations. Some people don't like them. I personally do, not only as a news person, but I was a juror in a murder trial a long time ago, and I thought that it was really helpful. So we're going to keep an eye on this case and see what happens next and keep you up to speed. That's it for this edition of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll see you back here next time.
Whoa. Yeah. Damn. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Crazy as hell. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Almost 500 people watching. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, we're live every single night. We're also live on YouTube and Rumble right now at the same time. So if you guys would like to see the videos that we're watching, pop on over. Search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You can find the channel. Subscribe. Join the channel, y'all. We have memberships open. I think it's $4.99 a month, y'all. Something like that. Support the show. You can find the link in the chat, y'all. Everybody on the YouTube chat, look at the very top. It's pinned. Click that link. Join the channel. Super chats are on too. Y'all hit me with super chats so I could post it up on the screen. Watch what happens. You got a question? Boom. Post it up on the screen. I'm going to see it. We're also live on Rumble. Rumble.com/The Mystery Project. And we hit 50,000 likes on TikTok. Let's go. Hell yeah. Thanks, y'all. We're trying to get 50 of the hand hearts, too. So hit me with those big pink hand hearts, y'all. We gotta let TikTok know to spread the word about the live stream, y'all. Okay. Actually, you know what? I gotta switch this over. Okay, now we're gonna talk about this guy. Jonathon Candy. This one's crazy as hell too, y'all. Very similar to the Chad Doerman case. Check this out.
The loss this child has experienced is incomprehensible.
A massacre in Oklahoma with only one life spared. A father allegedly hunted down his wife and children one by one, killing the entire family with the exception of the youngest son.
3 of the children were murdered and 1 was left behind. I have never seen that before.
But why would the suspect leave behind a sole survivor?
Perhaps he came to his senses at the last minute and decided not to kill his son, or again, they had some kind of special relationship.
And what led up to the gruesome crime?
Because when you're talking about somebody who kills a spouse and then, systematically, it appears, from a little bit we know, goes and murders 3 of his children, that to me is a different scenario than somebody who, out of anger, just immediately kills a spouse and then kills himself.
It was around 9:30 in the morning on April 23rd when dispatch in Canadian County, Oklahoma received a 911 call. The
Canadian County?
caller on the other end, a 10-year-old boy who'd woken up to find his entire family murdered. Investigators soon determined the shooter was the boy's father, 42-year-old Jonathon Candy, his mother, 39-year-old Lindsay Candy, and his brothers, 18-year-old Dylan, 14-year-old Ethan, and 12-year-old Lucas, had all been shot and killed.
My first thoughts were just
unfreaking believable. By the way, TikTok overlords, entertainment and educational purposes only. Entertainment and educational purposes only, TikTok overlords. I know that little AI robot people on TikTok can't handle hearing certain words more than like once or twice or 3 or 17 times. So TikTok overlords, entertainment, educational purposes only. This is a true crime live stream. Okay. Just got to say that for the overlords, y'all. Not you guys in the chat, but the overlords. And y'all hit me with the hand hearts. Hand heart action. We're trying to get 50 of them, y'all. Let's get it. Keep tapping the screen too. Let's get 75,000 likes.
how tragic and how unnecessary, the loss of all this life is.
That's clinical and forensic psychologist Dr. Joni Johnston. She says there are still many unanswered questions about the tragic crime.
You have these 3 young children who are, haven't even started their lives, basically, who've been, murdered by somebody they should have been able to trust. So that was my first, initial thought. And then I think I put my psychologist hat on a little bit more and just started looking at some of the dynamics. There's so much we don't know.
Investigators say the youngest son, whose name isn't being released for his privacy, was sleeping at the time of the murders. He was inside his room with the door closed and a box fan on, muffling the sound outside his door. Oklahoma officials say Jonathon hunted down and killed the children and his wife. 2 victim bodies were found in the home's upstairs and 2 more downstairs. Joni says she's never seen a crime like this before.
And I think the thing that's the most puzzling, and it'll be interesting to get more information, is the fact that there were 4 children, and 3 of the children were murdered and 1 was left behind.
That is, thank God for that one, but why?
I have never seen that before. I've certainly seen situations when you had a child, for example, who spent the night with somebody, or you had children who were off at college, and so they were spared in that way. They just weren't home. But I really have never seen a situation where you have a parent murder part of the kids and leave one behind. And, I think there's a lot of different possibilities here, but I think we're going to need more information before we have, maybe we'll never get the definitive answer, but at least have a better, more educated guess.
Ahead of the murders.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions I have. Or was, oh man, can you imagine? What if it wasn't that he was sparing him? But the kid was young, y'all. I can't imagine it being like that. But what if he's like, it wasn't that he was sparing him, it was that the punishment was for him. And he was like, you're going to have to live the rest of your life without me, your mom, your brothers, like everybody. I have no idea. I'm just saying, what if, right? It's speculation, but can you imagine if that's why? Like maybe that, you know what I mean? I don't know. You guys know, sometimes I like to go all devil's advocate or like try to think weird things, try and figure out what on earth could be the reason.
Those who saw Jonathon say everything seemed fine. He worked part-time with the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team and was at the Thunder Pelicans playoff game just hours before the murders. But are there any sort of warning signs that friends or family seeing the perpetrator, Jonathon Candy, that they should have been picking up on?
Well, another puzzling part of this case appears to be that there's no indication of domestic violence. And
oh, yeah, I did read that too. That's another crazy one too, y'all, is that the police weren't called. This was like the first thing where they were like, oh, hell. It wasn't like they were going to this house once a month or 3 times a month or even once ever. Send the asteroid, Lord. It's over. Y'all, send the asteroid. We peaked. We've done it. We were like, and now it's just,
we
the hell's going on?
know that domestic violence, particularly when you're talking about murderous suicide involving a man and a woman or partners, domestic violence is a huge red flag. It's involved in about 70% of murder suicides. And so oftentimes that's the number one thing that you see, which is, is not a huge surprise. Now, there's a couple of different possibilities. Sometimes people have a history of controlling behavior, verbal abuse, those kinds of things that doesn't reach to the level of law enforcement involvement or, a wife telling other people. And so it's possible that there was some warning.
Dawn, thank you for the love. Y'all put some hearts in the chat for Dawn. She's going crazy again tonight. We got 30 more of those to hit. Dawn's coming in crazy. Thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the love. Y'all hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, we're live every night. And if you want to watch the video with us, we're live on YouTube and Rumble. All you got to do is search for The Mystery Project and subscribe to The Mystery Project on YouTube. Subscribe to The Mystery Project on Rumble. Come watch the video with us, y'all. We got 51 people watching on YouTube, and we got 210 people watching on Rumble. Shout out to y'all. Hit the thumbs up button on both.
Signs that other family members or friends picked up. The other thing I think that I would be looking for, well, two things really. One, were there financial problems? Was there some crisis in the family, which is another risk factor for murder-suicide, when there's a financial crisis in the family and the parent becomes so distraught that their thinking becomes distorted and they start feeling like the family can't survive this, which of course
see, that's what drives me nuts. What? Even okay, so play that out, right? Hypothetically. Okay, so he's like, man, we're about to be homeless, right? They're about to foreclose on the house or something like that, some kind of catastrophic thing. My family won't be able to take this. So you end them? There's a 100% chance that if you do what you did, sir, they're not going to survive it. So what's the point? You know what I mean? People deal with crazy shit in their lives every day, all day. Like everybody deals with things sometimes. Shit gets tough. Life is hard. Life is really hard. The 10-year-old was in bed with the door. Yeah, Barbara. Yeah, that's what they just said. Yeah, but life is tough. It's called life for a reason. It's not called easy. It's gonna be tough. But why you would think that things are so bad that you want to take out your whole family? Well, all but one child and yourself. What? I don't know. It's crazy. That's all I know. Let's keep going.
It could, but it's that distorted thinking. And then, depression, I think, is the other thing I'd be looking for, because we do know in murder-suicide that almost always suicide comes before murder, the thoughts. So the person is thinking about suicide, they're depressed, they're feeling hopeless, they're feeling helpless. And then for whatever reason, they begin to think about taking other people with them. And so I think whenever somebody is feeling, of course, by far, most people who commit suicide do not take other people with them, but that's something to pay attention to.
Jonathon's family released a statement to local station KFOR reading, quote, "Our entire family has been left shattered and confused with so many questions we won't ever have answers to. Jonathon was the one whose jokes and goofy attitude kept everyone smiling. Aside from these events, his children and wife were his entire life." What's interesting is that leading up to the murder, his family said that there were no big red flags. Kind of as you said, things were pretty normal. And they've since released a statement basically saying he was just a goofy guy. They specifically said goofy. He liked to have fun with his family, joke with the kids, and they never saw this coming. So is it possible that it's something he was struggling with alone and never let it on to anyone else?
It absolutely is. I've read, and again, I don't have any firsthand knowledge, that at least one of the neighbors had mentioned depression in reference to him. Now, I don't know what that means, but it certainly is possible. We know that there still is a stigma around getting help for any kind of mental health problem, and that is particularly true for men. And the other thing we know is when you look at depression in men is that oftentimes the signs and symptoms of depression don't appear the same way. Men are more likely to isolate. They're more likely to be irritable, kind of angry, and express things that way. And so even family members who are close to this person may notice this person's a little edgier, they're quieter, they're more secretive or whatever, but they're not laying in bed all day. They're not crying. They're not, talking about suicide. They're not seeking help. The things that we look for oftentimes when we're looking to see if somebody is depressed.
Is it possible that he didn't have any of those depression symptoms or feel that at all? He didn't have any suicidal tendencies, but something happened. We again don't know the motive, but something may have happened. He kills his wife and several of his kids and then just decides to kill himself kind of to get out of it.
One possibility, there's so many possibilities. And I think one of them that I've thought about is it's possible that he kills his wife in the heat of some altercation. They're having some argument and he, for whatever reason, just loses it, shoots her several times, kills her. And that is not premeditated. And there is no history of depression or those things that we're talking about. And then starts thinking that I can't leave my kids to face this. I could not bear the thought of my children knowing that that I murdered their mother, their father is a murderer, or I'm going to kill myself, and I can't bear the thought of my kids being left with no parents. I will say to you that it's very rare, I think, for a murder-suicide that involves children to come out of the blue, meaning it's certainly possible, I think, that he maybe had killed his wife out of rage or anger in that moment. But I would believe that there is some history of him thinking about depression, thinking about suicide, viewing his children as somebody who could not, he could not be without, or they could not be without him. Because when you're talking about somebody who kills a spouse and then, systematically, it appears, from a little bit we know, goes and murders 3 of his children, that to me is a different scenario than somebody who, out of anger, just immediately kills a spouse and then kills himself. There's something there, but absolutely, I certainly do not want any family member to think there must have been some sign here and I should have seen it, because all of that could have been going on internally. It is very possible that nobody saw anything.
Authorities say there had been a fight at the Candy family home before the murders, but it's still unclear what a motive may have been, if the crime was premeditated, or why the shooter left one behind. I think this part is really the million-dollar question. Why leave behind this one 10-year-old boy? When the wife was murdered, 3 of the 4 sons were killed, and then the husband or father kills himself. Why leave behind just one sole survivor?
Well, I think in addition,
maybe he thought he was gone. No, well, I don't know. We're not this dude. We don't know.
Additional thing they'll
Samantha, thanks for the follow.
Probably exploring as much as.
Oh, thanks for the follows. Hit the follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. We got 61,000 likes on TikTok. Let's go for 75,000 likes. Y'all hit me with the hand hearts too. Appreciate that. It helps support the show. It helps tell people that we're live because TikTok doesn't really notify people or anything anymore. So y'all hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy. Hit me with some hand hearts if you want. We got 30 more to get. If you want to, go off the grid, y'all. Support the show. TheHauntedSide.com. You can find ways to support the show directly. Check out the merch store, all that stuff, if you want to. Very much appreciated. All right, let's keep going. 2 more cases after this one, and then the body cam one.
They can, because as you mentioned, that so many of the children are no longer here.
Mary, thank you for the roses.
Is you try to get some information about perhaps family dynamics in terms of what was each parent's relationship like with each of the children.
That too. Angie, thank you so much. Angie coming in hot. Share, thank you. Angie, so many.
And that may be some clue. Did he have a special relationship with his youngest child? Initially, it could be as simple as, he murders his wife and somehow the other kids hear this and they're calling out, or it could be a very simple explanation. Like this little boy, from what I've read, was in his room and the door was closed and there was a fan going. So, it could be as simple as this little boy didn't hear anything. And so
oh, damn. Damn, y'all coming in hot now. Stella, thank you for an enormous amount. Tuna fish sticks, thank you. Marnie, thank you for the heart me. Hi, Montreal. What are you doing, baby girl? Oh, yeah? Can y'all hear the kitten? She's mowing it up. What is it, baby? You want your 5 seconds of fame? Okay, here you go. Don't scratch me. Hey, get your toe off me. It's hurting. Y'all, this is Montreal. She just wanted to say hi. You want to say hi? Give me a meow. Give me a meow. Give me a little meow. Okay. Oh, let go of my shirt. Let go. Oh, thank you. I didn't like this one anyways. Oh, here we go. Oh, why'd I touch my eyeball, y'all? Oh, Lord. Game over for my eyes tonight. All right, let's go.
He was, he was lucky in that way
Well,
that
listen,
he didn't
thank
hear
you.
anything and that the other kids did hear something and they were calling out. Or it could be, like I said, that for whatever reason, he has a different relationship with his youngest child. And perhaps he came to his senses at the last minute and decided not to kill his son. Or again, they had some kind of special relationship. And for that reason, although I think that's, it's a very mixed thing, I'm sure, for this child, meaning, yes, you're the one who's left behind. You have your life ahead of you, and the loss this child has experienced is incomprehensible.
So what's next for the 10-year-old boy who survived the shooting?
They'll probably have a forensic interviewer who's experienced working with children at some point talk to this little boy, and that will, they may have family members involved or a friend or something there to kind of help him with that. So that certainly is possible.
Don, thank you so much.
Well, they'll also be looking, though, at other things such as, did this man purchase a gun recently? Looking at, did he talk to other people? Did anybody at work notice anything? So as part of the investigation, I think they'll be looking at a bunch of different avenues to try to sort this out. But I would not be surprised if they do talk to this little boy, certainly try to figure out what happened. And but I know they'll be very sensitive. And hopefully they'll be doing that in kind of a trauma-informed way.
Joni says it may be a long road ahead emotionally for the one survivor.
Children tend to deal with things in baby steps, and they do it developmentally. So, I think certainly a lot of that will depend on his sort of kind of his support system that he has, his good friends, his extended family, people kind of rallying around him, not just now, but going forward. And, he's going to need kind of parent substitutes in a way to help and guide him. I'm sure he'll have that. And then I think, to the extent that he can get some kind of professional help, I think could be a very good thing. Although I think it's important, to somehow cue off this child as well. I mean, you don't want to force a child. They tend to grieve at the level they need to grieve at different points. And so with children, I think, a lot of times they seem to do fine and they do fine, and then they hit puberty and then they have to grieve in a different kind of way. Then they go through these milestones, birthdays, they graduate from high school. It's a grieving process, I think, that is ongoing. And, I do think children survive these things. It doesn't mean his life is over or it's ruined, but I do think he's got a lot of tough times ahead. And
Damn.
Again, I'm just hoping that, and I know that the support that'll be around him will help him. But I think it's just, again, I can't even imagine.
And I know we, as the public, are very interested in a motive because this case is very puzzling to leave the one child behind. But I'm wondering if the motive is also important to him. As you said, there are different ways to grieve. So maybe right now he doesn't need to know a motive at age 10, but maybe when he becomes a father himself, he'll want to know. Yeah. Do you think that will be important in his grieving or moving on process?
I think what will be important is coming to some kind of understanding. And, does that involve motive? Of course, he's going to look for a motive at some point. And you're right. I think that's such a very good point, because when people become parents, all kinds of things come up about our own parents. And so that may very well be a time when he really tries to understand that, or does understand that at a different kind of level. So I think what's going to be really important for him, I think, in terms of his healing, as it is for all of us when we lose somebody, particularly in a violent kind of way, is explaining it in a way that gives us some sense of peace or closure. So it may be that he ends up understanding that, he's never going to understand why his dad did what he did. Or it may be that he has memories. He talks to enough people at some point in his life where he feels like, I understand why my dad took that path. I could never condone it. Or again, it may be that I
understand why the dad took that path.
What the fuck?
No. Lord have mercy.
think he was not thinking clearly. And that's the best explanation.
Not thinking clearly.
You what?
That's an understatement. This kid needs to be like, my dad is a psycho, and what he did is unimaginably disgusting and vile.
So I think he will be looking for that.
And honestly, this is a pretty open and shut case. We know all the victims. We know who the perpetrator was in the case. Again, we don't know the motive, but most of it is all confined in this one home as the crime scene. So moving forward, is a large investigation even really necessary?
I can't imagine that they'll do an extended investigation because, as you pointed out, it's an open and shut case from that perspective. I mean, from a psychological perspective, it's anything but. But from a crime scene perspective.
Oh, this is the lady that's got the It poster too, y'all. YouTube and Rumble, y'all. What's that poster back there behind her? Type it in the chat. TikTok, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can see the video on YouTube and on Rumble. Just search The Mystery Project. Come over and watch it with us. Put YouTube on your TV or on your iPad and then be on the chat in TikTok on your phone. That's the way to do it, y'all. By the way, we hit the hand hearts. Thanks for that, y'all. Now we got the little finger heart things. Thank you for all the finger hearts, y'all. Thanks for the love. You guys don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Blue, thank you. Tuna fish sticks, thank you. Vet, thank you. Angie, Mary, the whole crew coming in. Thank you so much, y'all. Hit me with that. We're trying to get 500 of those. Support the channel, y'all, if you want to. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going.
Perspective, it is an open and shut case. And I think they'll be much more focused on the surviving family and helping them move forward.
The boy's uncle has created a GoFundMe page for him, writing in an update on April 29th, quote, "We spent time with our family this weekend, and my nephew was able to be surrounded by love and thankfully some of his friends during this trying time. All the attention has made me reflect on the road ahead and what will happen when all of this attention goes away and what's left is the reality of the situation. I guess that's when the real work will start and the donations you are making now will be most meaningful for my nephew." In the end, Joni says that out of this tragedy comes an important reminder.
I think that, one of the things that's been somewhat tragic is that murder-suicides have increased, over the past several years. And so I think it is important for us to just trust our gut. And if we're concerned about something in a loved one, to address it directly. It is certainly possible. And
It's crazy, y'all, too, because imagine it. Do you think things are getting any better? Are things going to get worse? Things are pretty damn bad right now, y'all. Things are horrible right now.
There have been plenty of times when there
Marnie, thank you.
Aren't warning signs. But if there are warning signs, or if there are things that you're seeing in your loved one that are uncomfortable, particularly if there's a history of domestic violence, for example, it is really important to get a second opinion or a third opinion. So you're making the best decision for you to be safe.
You know what I've been dealing with?
Oh, God. Here's the next one, y'all. Oh, man. Okay. Y'all, we got some more cases to talk about. What do you think? I mean, yeah, he did it. That poor little boy, though, growing up now, all alone. Well, I guess he's got other family, but damn. That is just crazy as hell. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about this lady. Y'all, come over to YouTube so you can watch this lady get pissed off. She's a district attorney in New York. She apparently she was speeding. She's going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. And she didn't stop. She was like, "Oh, you trying to pull me over for speeding? Hell no." So she calls the chief of police and says, "Hey, tell him to back off." He doesn't. He goes all the way, follows her home. And she's like, mad as hell about it. Y'all, come on over. TikTok. Search The Mystery Project over on YouTube and on Rumble. Come join the fun so you can see it. Plus, y'all, over on The Mystery Project, memberships. We unlocked memberships. You can now become a member and support The Mystery Project on YouTube, and super chats. now available on the Mystery Project on YouTube, y'all. The link to join the channel is pinned in the chat on the YouTube channel right now. So the Mystery Project on YouTube, y'all hit me with the the finger hearts over here on TikTok. Go off the grid, y'all. Get some off the grid action. Get some off the grid action going, y'all. We've got one. Shout out to Larissa. She bought a shirt earlier. But y'all, let's get some off the grid action. There was one other thing I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was, y'all. Oh, go like the pinned video. Y'all, there's a pinned video. I posted it on TikTok. Right now, TikTok. Click my face. Go to the profile. There's a pinned video. It says, woman steals a truck. Go like it. Go leave a comment. Go favorite it, repost it, do all the things to it. Let's see if we can get it. It's got 2,100 views right now, 2,200 views. Let's see if we can get it to 5,000, y'all. Let's make TikTok push these videos out. Leave a like, leave a comment. It's the pinned video right now. Okay, let's start this one, y'all. I'm going to shrink myself down again. What was this? Sandra Dorley. This is her name, y'all. District Attorney in New York. Mad as hell. That how dare you? How dare you try to write her a speeding ticket? She's having a rough day. Let's go.
All day, 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
Well, that's not a good way to start it, lady.
I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
Okay.
So
you will.
Can you come? Can you please come over here? You're on. This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay. I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay. Well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free. Absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. No, you just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a traffic. This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous. Just go away.
Hello, sir. Good. Ma'am, can you please stay at the back? This is legal traffic stop. Can you please stay over here?
No. Hey, baby, get your little guy out of here.
Sir, I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
On Phillips Road.
And she failed to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her garage. And now she's not complying with any of my commands. Ma'am, do not go inside.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right.
Damn. This lady's crazy as hell. This lady is crazy as hell. She's like walking in the house. She's like, oh, hell, I ain't trying to deal with you. I got to let my dogs out. I got some crazy ass TikTok crock pot recipe that called for 7 gallons of cream of chicken fucking soup. Why does every TikTok recipe it's slathered in cream of chicken soup, y'all, or whatever the hell it is? Every single one of them. But anyways, that's a tangent for another time. I'm just saying, this lady was mad as hell. She's like, oh, I ain't trying to deal with it. I ain't trying to deal with this. Do you know who I am? Nay, don't knock the TikTok recipe. I'm not knocking it. It's delicious. But every single one of them? My God. So I'm going to do a viral video and teach people how to make cream of chicken soup so they can use their homemade cream of chicken soup in their TikTok recipe that calls for cream of chicken soup. Because it can't be that hard. What is it? Chicken and cream. And how do you cream of a chicken? What the does that mean? What? There's no cream in a chicken. How do you cream of it? I'm upset. I'm getting heated, y'all. I need to keep going. I need to keep going before I get mad as hell. Y'all hit me with, what are we trying to get? Finger hearts on TikTok. Y'all go off the grid. Support the show directly. Support the show directly, y'all. Come on. We got Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the merch store. All of the ways to support the channel. TheHauntedSide.com. The link is in the bio, TikTok. The link is in the bio. Katie, thank you for the finger hearts. Mommy Little Monster. Hang on, y'all. We got the Rumble rants coming in. Let me put it up on the screen. Y'all, YouTube, the super chats are up, and the you can join the channel on YouTube now, y'all. Join the channel on YouTube. Mommy Little Monster, she sounds like an angry teenager. Yes, she does. She sounds like a 16-year-old. Actually, you know what? She doesn't even sound like a 16-year-old. She just sounds like a Karen. Because a 16-year-old would be like, oh my God, why are you doing this to me? This lady's like, I ain't got time for this. Do you know who I am? Maybe an entitled 16-year-old. Like the 16-year-old. Like if this lady had a 16-year-old daughter, I bet you she'd be doing the same shit. All right, let's keep going.
Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you. Would you just
953. Can you have a supervisor come to the scene?
No, get out of my house.
I don't know why you're acting like this towards me.
Because
Can you please go to the back of the vehicle?
I'm not going to. I'm home. I was okay, 55.
I don't care if you got home. You were supposed to stop at Phillips Road when I pulled you over. When my lights were initiated.
I didn't know you were stopping me. There was lots of other people on the road.
I was right behind you.
Yeah, there were other people on the road too.
Okay.
I was right behind you. Typically, that means you, lady. Snakes, thank you. Drown the entitled. Oh my God. TikTok, I don't know if I can say that word. The entitled in cream of chicken soup. Oh no. But I mean, maybe. Let's keep going. That's a big ass house on the other side of her property right there, though. Look at that house, y'all. Damn.
Okay, I was directly behind you.
I'm not dealing with you right now.
Can you please step over here?
I'm not going to.
What is the reason you're so against what I'm doing? I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you my badge.
She said, I am the DA. Whoa.
You what?
My God.
Bruh.
Calm down, lady. Calm down.
Be gone, such.
You get mad as hell. Like, you know what it is? The police officer doesn't know who she is. He's like, I don't know who you are, lady. You say you're a DA? And she's like,
Emotional damage.
I'm the DA. Oh. Then she said, let me get you my badge. Okay, let's see if that helps.
I am the DA of Monroe County.
Now you're in your car just reaching for shit? Oh, man.
Just don't understand the hostility towards me. I'm doing my job.
No, you're being...
How am I being an
I am the DA of Monroe County.
I understand that, but that doesn't give you a right to go 55 and a 35. And you even admitted to me that you went 50. I understand that, ma'am. I understand that.
You know what? If you give me a traffic ticket, that's fine. I'm the one who prosecutes it, okay? Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just don't understand the hostility. I understand you're coming home from work.
Bro, you understand it. You can't call it out. Just say, hey, lady, you're crazy as hell. You're entitled and you're delusional. That's it. And write her a ticket. Actually, arrest her for evading arrest. That's what I do. Lock her up. Put her in handcuffs. You ran from the police, lady, and now you're resisting. Make an example. Make an example out of her. Delinda, thank you for the finger hearts. Good to see you, Delinda, in the house. Y'all hit me with the finger hearts. Let's crush that goal. We got about 200 of them left. Come on, y'all. Hit me with a little finger heart action if you want to support the show. You don't have to, but it is appreciated. We did hit 75,000 likes too. Let's get 100,000 likes. Everybody tap the screen like crazy. YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Rumble, hit the thumbs up. And TikTok, if you want to come watch the videos with us. We're trying to get 100 people in the YouTube chat. So everybody just open another tab. Put the YouTube up on your TV, whatever you got to do, but get in that YouTube room. It is the Mystery Project on YouTube, the Mystery Project on Rumble. Let's go.
And half the time I was on the phone with Dennis telling him, why are you pulling me over?
You're not even supposed to be on the phone to begin with. You should know that.
I'm hands-free? Absolutely.
Okay.
You should know the law.
Okay. If it is hands-free, that's great. But at the end of the day, you were going 55 and a 35. That's 20 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah, I like how she's like, I was on the phone with Dennis. Dennis is the chief of police, y'all. I'm on the phone with Dennis, the chief of police. And I'm asking him, why are you pulling me over? He's told you 14,000 times now. He's pulling you over because you were going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. It was 35. You were going 55. Sorry. Yeah, 20 miles an hour over. That's why he's pulling you over. How many more times do you need him to say it?
Okay, you know what? That's fine. You know what I've been dealing with all day? 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
Okay, I'm just doing my job.
If you
what? Lady. Every single one of us has to deal with something in our day we don't like. That doesn't give us the right to go as fast as we want. And 35, that's damn near residential. That's a residential ass area. Or like right before you turn into where the houses are. You're not on the freeway. You're not on the highway in the fast lane being like, oh, hell no, I'm trying to get home. My cream of chicken crock pot soup recipe is going to burn. It's been cooking for 8 hours. No. My God, lady. That's like me getting mad as hell. Shit, I 3-putted on 18 for a bogey. I can drive as fast as I want home, officer. Do you know what I had to deal with? They forgot to cut the rough down. We had shaggy ass, thick ass rough swallowing up golf balls all day long. And I'm pissed. So if I want to drive 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, I'm a damn near drive 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. No, lady, you sound crazy. You sound insane. You're probably going to lose your job for this if you haven't already. Because you are crazy. If you're doing this for a speeding ticket, what the hell else are you doing? What the hell else do you think you're above? Right? Speeding ticket? You're just like, Yeah. You better hope your accountant doesn't write a tell-all. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't know this lady. Maybe she's super nice and she's just pissed off. Let's find out.
If you pulled over when you saw my lights, which obviously you did.
I thought you were going somewhere else because I thought no one would ever pull a black SUV if you ran my plates.
I didn't run your plate. I just called your plate out. And then I'm following you because you're not stopping. So I had to take the air from dispatch.
Just please.
953. You can have the air back, by the way.
Oh, damn. By the way, Rona, thank you for the off the grid. Thank you for the Cash App. Very much appreciated, y'all. Cash App, it's the haunted side on Cash App. Hit me up. Thank you for the coffee, Rona. Appreciate that. Y'all give me a little cup of coffee. It's right here, even though TikTok made it disappear. There it is. Thank you. That cup of coffee brought to you. It's Rona, right? Brought to you by Rona. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. Okay, let's keep going. Finger hearts, y'all. We're almost halfway there. Let's get it.
Just come outside over here.
No, I'm not going outside.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you just to leave.
Well, I'm having a supervisor come because that's what my chief told me to do.
Oh, Lord. They're about to have a supervisor pull up. She's going to be like, did he? No, it's Rana like Donna. Oh, Rana, I'm so sorry. Rana's like, she's like, it's Rana like refund.
Bruh.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. Rana like Donna. I can't pronounce names. Y'all know that about me. Yeah, traffic ticket, Kimberly. She was speeding. She was going to get a traffic ticket, and she decided, I'm the DA. I don't need to stop. I can just drive home and call the chief of police to get out of this. Now you got to pour that coffee out, Brooke. Oh, I love it. Y'all, hit the follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 100,000 likes. Hit me with the finger hearts. Come on, y'all. Let's crush it.
Do you have your driver's license?
I just showed you my driver's license.
You show me your badge.
Oh, and shout out to Ashlyn. She joined the YouTube channel. Y'all join the channel on YouTube. The link that's pinned in the top of the comments. Click that link. You can join the channel, help support the show. Ashlyn was member number 1. Who is going to be the second channel member? Just turned it on today, y'all. Just turned it on today.
With EMS, a 14-year-old having a seizure, 200 East River Road, apartment 200 on the 3rd
Because
floor.
I was going 55 up Phillips Road.
10-4, you can show me
And I was
She's
just
part
trying
of it. She's a
to,
DA.
Yep, I know.
and I was just trying to pull into my driveway. I was on the phone with Dennis Kohlmeyer saying, would you please tell the person who's following me that I'm almost home?
Ma'am, I understand you were going home, but I started my lights back at Phillips Road.
Wait, I'm on Phillips Road, yes,
Yes.
you did, and there are other cars.
I was right behind you, directly behind you. At the end,
Go ahead, like,
listen,
you wanna,
at the
like
end
I
of the
said,
day,
go ahead if you want to write me a traffic ticket, that's
okay, at the end of the day, I was stopping you for speed. If you
I've
just
had
stopped.
a really bad day. I've been dealing with murders
And I get
in the
it,
city
and I
all
get
the-
it. We have bad
I'm
days
sorry,
also,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
Everybody has bad days, lady. What the hell? You sound crazy right now. By your logic, those cases that you're prosecuting for unaliving people, they could just come to you and say, you know what, district attorney, you tried to get out of something by saying you had a bad day. Well, remember when I did that? Yeah, I was having a bad day. And you're supposed to just go, oh, case dismissed. Does it work like that? Does your logic work like that? What was her name again? Sandra Dorley. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Sorry.
We have bad days also.
My license back?
I'm gonna just add it to the job real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
You can just go and actually add it. You don't have to use the error. At the end of the day, I was just making a traffic stop, doing my job, what I was supposed to do.
Well, fine, thank you.
Okay?
I would lose the condescending, like, bitchy attitude real quick.
So now, supervisor's on his way, and then we'll go from there.
Supervisor's coming out here.
Huh?
Who?
Sergeant Johnson. I understand you had it. Like, I get it. We all have bad days at work.
And I'm going to go in the house. Seriously, this is ridiculous.
No, this is a traffic stop, and you, out of everyone, should know that if there's a legal traffic stop, which I have the right to detain you until this is done.
Then just write me the ticket. I really don't care.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, then just hang out at the back of the car.
Because I'm the one that's going to prosecute myself. You know what I'll do with the ticket?
Okay, just come out here for me.
Damn, lady, you are nut. Did you hear that, y'all? She said, I'm the one that'll prosecute the ticket. And do you know what I'm going to do with the ticket? It gave that weasel last laugh. You hear that? That laugh sounded like a damn weasel, y'all. Listen to that laugh. She went,
Because I'm the one that's going to prosecute myself. You know what I'll do with the ticket?
Okay, just come out here for me and
arrest her. Arrest her.
I'm
stand.
not walking out there. I'm not. Hey, baby, right? Here's a good boy.
Corey, you just want to stand up here.
Oh, they got three. They got three cars there now.
Yeah, as long as it's added to the job.
Yes, yeah.
Sarge on his way?
Because you said 10-4.
Okay.
So, it could be.
Y'all, we got 72 watching on YouTube right now. TikTok, come over to YouTube, search The Mystery Project. You can watch the video with us. You can see everything that's happening frame by frame. We got 260 people watching on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. Y'all, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on YouTube and Rumble. TikTok, we got almost 500 of y'all. Hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy, and y'all hit me with the hand hearts. Sorry, the finger hearts. The little ones. Y'all, go for it. Let's get it. We got to get it. Come on, y'all. We got to crush goals so TikTok will keep spreading the live stream. Oh, Yogi, she 100% 100% could have avoided all this. But she's crazy as hell. Devil Dog came over from TikTok. Yeah.
I was speeding until the curb. He turned around. I didn't know if it was me. I wasn't sure because there were other cars going back and forth. Then I got to turning into the field press, and I'm like, I'm just going to drive home. That's what I did. So I was getting sorry. And I got on the phone with Dennis.
Lord have mercy. Gracie, thank you. Kelly, thank you. Katie, thank you. Molly, thank you for the rose.
You know, when I turned in and said, you know, it's me that they're stopping. Just tell them it's me. So I don't know. That's really good.
General rule of thumb is if you see the lights behind you, pull over.
942.
You know what? There are other cars and folks.
942.
I'm just going to pull in.
Fire Mommy 6. Doesn't she know you just pull over and cry? Question mark. Haha. JK. I mean, might not work so well for me, but some of y'all might be able to pull that card. Chris, right? It's me. Go yourself.
Yeah, we did the T stuff.
I would advise against that. I mean, you're supposed to pull off to the side of the road if somebody with their emergency lights is coming behind you anyways.
Yeah,
Corey, it's fine. Just we're having supervisors come, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, come on. Just...
This is what my chief wants. That's at the end of the day. You called him. I spoke to him on your phone, and this is what he wants.
I'm gonna call him again. Seriously. It's like you didn't Brian Abrams. Seriously, there's 3.
Heather, exactly. Glad the cop stood firm. Yep. Because he very well could have folded and been like, I'm so sorry. I'll let you off with a warning this time. No, he's saying, lady, I'm doing my job. Chill out. Because he kept, I mean, he's trying to de-escalate it. Why are you so angry? Why, I'm just doing my job. Why are you mad? Why didn't you just play? And even right there, the guy was like, she was like, oh yeah, I saw the lights and I didn't know it was me. And he's like, the other cop was like, well, yeah, but if you see emergency lights on behind you, you pull over to let the ambulance or the police officers go by. So either way, you would have been pulling over, slowing down and pulling over, right?
Officers who are ready, I'm waiting for...
And he stopped her. He was like, Cody, or whatever his name, what's his name? Something like that. He was like, no. Like, don't antagonize her. Don't poke the Karen.
You guys can go. You guys go. I'll wait here wait for Sarge or LT. Sounds like LT is coming though.
Oh, thank goodness. I was going 20 miles an hour over the speed.
Oh, the lieutenant's coming.
I didn't pull over. I just figured I'd drive to my driveway instead.
Imagine the chief of police getting this phone call and he's like, you don't think I got better shit to do than deal with your ass right now that didn't want a speeding ticket? He's over there like, what? What the fuck? He's like, why are you bothering me for a speeding ticket, lady? Pull over, get your ticket. And then she already said she was just going to dismiss it because she's the DA. She's going to prosecute her own ticket. She's going to use it as butt napkins. Nope, just make it a huge deal and ruin everyone else's day, Karen.
You should have on the plate. It's a big black fish.
Yeah. Brooke, new phone. Who this? Yeah, who this?
And now I've got like 5.
Y'all, I put it to 300 finger hearts. Let's get it.
She was going 55 and 35 on Phillips. She didn't stop at all. She decided to drive home, called the chief, and this is where we're at. She's admitted multiple times to me. So I attempted to stop her on Phillips Road, going 55 and a 35. Didn't see the plate. I was just keeping an eye on the vehicle because she wasn't stopping. Drove all the way here, pulled into her garage, got out, was just being aggressive towards me for no reason. I was being respectful, telling her this is a legal traffic stop, come to the back of the vehicle, no. Then she called chief, then that's why I requested a supervisor. Okay. And now she was
and now the lieutenant is there too. That man's in a damn fleece cardigan pullover looking thing with the police emblem. Where did you pull that guy from? That dude was literally on the golf course. And he was like, what the what? What who? The DA? Where? 20 miles an hour. God. Pick up my ball, caddy. I'm out of here.
I wanted to go inside, told her no, you can't go inside, and this is where we're at. So
Now you made it a bigger deal than it needs to be. It's a really bigger deal. Start talking, it's a much bigger deal. Well, you caused that, Sandra. What do you want us to do? Not do our job because of you? No, it's fine. I said, write me a ticket. But I was just saying, I was not going to stop at Gulch Road at 5:30. Well, you broke another rule because of that. Right? You should know better. That's not charity. That's an arrestable offense. You know that.
717, I got nothing showing.
Damn, Lieutenant said that's an arrestable offense. That's an arrestable offense. Lord, have mercy.
Why would you have to pull it? You made it a bigger deal than it needed to be. Maybe you knew what you were getting stopped. You could have stopped you, had a conversation with you, and been done. No, you made it a big deal. For no reason. Did you provide me with license and registration? Yeah. You have her ID?
I gave it back to her. It's attached to the job and everything. So
I didn't want to stop at Gulch Road. I was bored down the street. I figured I would just stop in my driveway. That's what I figured.
You didn't stop in your driveway. You pulled into your garage, and at one point, he has you on body cam going into your house. Yeah. Sandra, you're doing a little bit of that backpedaling, as they say. A little backpedaling now. Well, did you hear her say she didn't want to stop on the road because it was 5 o'clock? It's 5:30 traffic on whatever road it was that she was she was trying to stop at. Oh, Sandra, there was traffic on your Widow Road.
What? What the fuck?
Some traffic on your Widow Road to go home after your really hard day at work? Man, you're going to piss me off with that.
I thought it would be easier.
Linda, thank you for the donuts, y'all. We're trying to hit that donut goal now. 100 donuts. Let's get it.
I'm still rolling. So
yeah, you
It's too bad she also wasn't driving a TRD Pro, so I could do the same, like, your widow ladder on your TRD Pro, your widow ladder, you know, because they have that little ladder on the back. Never mind.
I mean, it's your traffic stop.
I mean, it was a viral TikTok, y'all. Somebody had to see it. Thumbs up in the chat. I'm not alone, am I?
I'm not going to tell you how to handle it. Yeah. Feels necessary.
Yeah, right. Exactly. How dare traffics not move out of the way for the DA? Exactly. Oh, Lord. She's going to try and figure out a way to put lights on her Suburban next. She'll be like, really? Okay, I'm going to put lights on my Suburban. Dawn, thank you for the donuts. 30 donuts. Damn, y'all are crazy. Thank you for the donuts, y'all. Let's hit the donut goal real quick. 100 of those bad boys. We're basically there because Dawn's going absolutely insane. And go off the grid, y'all. Rana like Donna. Hit that Cash App up. Thank you. And Larissa bought a shirt earlier. So thank you. Thanks, y'all. Come on, thehauntedSide.com. Find ways to support the show directly.
I'll wait till LT's done talking. I mean,
17, I can start for the unknown.
717, 10 front. Looks like it's an open line on a cell phone with people that were yelling to one another at the tennis court area.
yeah, I got out of the vehicle, everything. So, I mean,
10 for all advice.
I explained to her. I mean, she knew.
Did you hear that other call they just said? I want to find that body cam footage. People at the tennis court were yelling at each other. What the fuck? Did you guys hear that?
10 front. Looks like it's an open line on a cell phone with people that were yelling to one another at the tennis court area.
Yeah, I got
people yelling at each other in the tennis court area. Yeah, Patrick needing money for the window weather. The window weather.
out of the vehicle, everything. So, I mean,
10 for all advice.
I explained to her. I mean, she knew exactly that she was going 55 in a 20 or a 35. She even called the chief. So it's like, I got a phone call. Like, I don't care just writing her the speeding ticket and being done with it, but technically it's a arrestable offense if she didn't stop.
That's accurate. Yo, let's hit the donut goal. And I found her apology video. I was not anticipating doing this, but I found it. And if you guys want, we can listen to her little apology video after this.
I'll be stepping out at 293 Taft Ave on this. Check for my missing person.
Assumed that when I pulled in that most of us would be emails over here.
But we don't. We have all three of these officers right in here. That's job. In Western.
Yeah.
Some of them listen here.
Yeah, I mean, I was just assuming that you all knew what that I did here.
They don't. So that's why we are. Yeah. No, a lot of us have. At least everybody working today except for the sergeant.
No damn. Hey, look, another bitch. Come on, that was funny. I'm just kidding. I'm being facetious. That's a damn good joke, though, y'all. Come on. That was easy. That's a good-ass joke. I pissed somebody off. I'm sorry that I upset you. But I do try to bring a bit of levity to some of these cases. The first two we're talking about, where the fathers are taking out their children and their wives. My God. When it comes to something like this, yeah. We got to call it like it is. All right? We've got to call it like it is. And come on, tell me that lady's not acting like a damn BIT. All right, let's keep going. Aster, yeah, still saying I figured you knew who I was because of her black SUV. Yeah, she said you should have known who I was because of my black SUV. What the? Who says that?
What? Yeah, just give me 1 second. What's
17 all set. Make contact over the phone. Accidental call.
What's the deal? You got
Yeah,
ticket? What are you gonna do? I mean, it's your stop. I'm not gonna interfere with that.
Yeah. I get that she came home. I mean, obviously, if I
just trying to sense. I explained that to her. It makes no sense to come home.
She came home. She failed to stop. I mean, it's an arrestable offense. I'm not trying to arrest the DA of the county, but also I don't want to not do my job and not at least write her something. So
I get it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna.
I'll at least write her the freaking going 55 and a 20.
Okay. Joni, yep, that's what we're gonna watch. I found it.
At the end of the day, I got discretion whether or not
No, I get it. I understand.
So,
Hello.
I still can't believe this lady. She got the chief of police. She's got the lieutenant. She's got the sergeant out there now. She's got at least 3, 4, maybe 4 cops that I've seen. All because she was speeding and didn't want the damn speeding ticket. Lady, you are crazy.
I'm at least going to start the one ticket. All right, ma'am. So I'm issuing you speeding in zone 55 and a 35.
That's fine. I'll take care of it since I'll be prosecuting myself.
Okay. At the end of the day,
look at her face right there, y'all. Look at her face right there. Oh my God. TikTok, if you can't see her face, it's worse than this one. It's worse than this one. Damn.
if you see my lights and sirens behind you, and obviously they're going off, just pull over. We can have a conversation and be on our way. I kept my eye on your vehicle. I'm not going to check my computer to see what plate it is if a vehicle is not stopping for me. I want to keep my eyes on that vehicle for my safety, so I make it home at the end of the day. Okay?
I apologize, but
I'm sorry that you had a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry it went this way, but I do respect what you do. Have a good day, man.
But I would say, here's something else that called Dennis on this. You know the house
952, your radio is completely unreadable.
Phillips Road,
Directly across from what?
if you're at the stop sign of Phillips Road, a portable camera.
Okay, I gotta put the job in now. Do you know her location?
Yeah.
I believe she's trying to say she's at the pier, Webster Park.
No, she's going to straight up get away with it. I mean, she gets the speeding ticket, but she is even admitting she's the one who's going to prosecute herself. You know what that means? It's going to get dropped. She's going to just walk in the house like nothing happened. And she'll be like, huh, told you. You didn't know who I was. And the dude said it is an arrestable offense. Should have taken her in.
Thanks.
All right, well, sorry.
Thank you.
He's just happy he's got company.
Oh my God. All right. Y'all, we're going to check out this apology video. Oh man. Here we go. Bam. I don't know what website this is, but let's take a listen to her little apology video.
I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry.
That was it? That's the end of the video. Is there a whole video?
I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry.
That's the whole video.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
What? Man, she's got the look of, oh shit, I should have just pulled over. Doesn't she look like she's like, oh, I should have just pulled over now. I'm about to lose my shit. Okay. All right,
I
lady.
happened to work for the state.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, here's another one, y'all. This one sounds crazy. We got one more. She wrote a very long apology. Oh, okay. She wrote something. She wrote it. Wasn't the PR team. She wrote it.
Bruh.
Okay, she might have. I don't know. I don't know this lady. I have no clue. All right, let's figure out what happened here. So this one sounds crazy too, y'all. Yeah, exactly. No, the incident went viral, and that's why she's so sorry. Yeah, exactly. She blames her bad day. That's what I'm saying, Barbie. What? You gonna blame the bad day? We've all had a bad day. Y'all remember that song? Had a bad day again. Remember Fuel sang that one? Yeah. What do you think? They just wrote that just because it was only them? No. Why was that song so wildly popular? Because everybody can relate. Anyways, that lady, that's crazy as hell. You know what else is crazy as hell? This lady. Yeah, she wrote it. Good call, Magic. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sure. She took time out of her busy day. Okay. Y'all, okay, so here, check this one out. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. We're 10,000 shy of 100,000 likes. So everybody watching, do me a favor, tap the screen a few thousand times and let's get it. Also, hit me with the donuts, y'all. We got 20 something left. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. Thank you. I was proud of that one too. I was very proud of that one too. Yo, we need 24 more donuts. Hit me with 24 donuts. That's 2 dozen precisely. And let's talk about this lady. Ida Ann Lorenzo was in a crowded Utah restaurant earlier this month, and police say she thought a person's skirt was too short. So she pulled down on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's SA. And here we go. Let's learn more about this craziness. Melissa, thank you for the donuts. Melissa, thank you. Jules, thank you. Melissa, thank you. We got to be close now. Are we close now? Melissa, Jules, Melissa, Jules. Yup, 16 left. Let's see what the hell happened here, y'all.
And if I have to watch your cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS.
Utah.
Whoa! She's talking about if I have to watch your cheeks hanging out. Lady. My God.
Woman is facing a charge of sexual battery and has been labeled a Karen online after
How dare you?
she allegedly pulled down a young woman's skirt that she said was too short. What? We're breaking down the situation.
We need Jay Webb's.
What?
I liked his what?
And the consequences with trial attorney Brian Claypool. Welcome to
B. Claypool in the house. Don, thank you so much.
Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Well,
I'm
I'm sure
Jay
you know
Webb.
that in today's day and age, one small video clip can spell disaster. I think that's pretty clear. And that is what a woman found out after she confronted a teenager inside of a restaurant in St. George, Utah earlier this month. Now, according to police, Ida Ann Lorenzo is facing a charge of sexual battery for her conduct. What happened? Well, let's get into it. So there is this video of this argument at a Japanese steakhouse taking place.
How dare you?
On Saturday, April 20th, and it was filmed by the teen's friend and cut together for TikTok. Right now, it has been viewed on the site more than 8 million times.
Oh, damn.
Take a look.
Let me do it.
What the?
I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch your cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS.
Do it.
So I will.
Yeah, go for it right now.
She's over 18.
And that lady said, "Don't do it."
She's 19 years old.
You don't get to touch her. You don't get to touch her. You don't get to touch her. Then don't look. Come up and talk to her. You do not get to touch her. Really?
We would love for you to call the police. Go ahead and call the police.
Why are you? So why are you? It's not appropriate.
Okay, so let's break this down. According to the reported 19-year-old and her friends, before the video starts, Lorenzo had physically tugged down on the woman's skirt, which was considered by her to be too short. The friend who took the video posted a follow-up video.
And she comes up to my friend and she reaches under her skirt, yanks it down, and then squeezes her sides because she's wearing a crop top. And he's like, "You're probably underage. You probably shouldn't be wearing that." Would you just imply that you think she's a minor and you just assaulted her?
The statement of probable cause.
You what? Man, you crazy as hell, lady. First off, there's no such thing as a skirt being too short. I'm just kidding. It's a joke, y'all. But all seriousness, you don't go pulling on people's clothing. What was I about to say? Clothing. You don't pull on people's clothes. You weirdo.
In Lorenzo's court case says that Lorenzo herself actually reported the incident. Quote, Ida approached the woman and pulled her skirt down and told her to be aware of what she was showing, especially with small kids around. This caused all the people with her to accuse Ida of sexually assaulting the female. Lorenzo reported that the girl had her skirt hiked up above her private area and that everything was exposed to people in the restaurant because she wasn't wearing any underwear. Then, after the
You what? Dear God.
The video was posted and started going viral. Lorenzo called 911 again to say that she had been outed online. The probable cause statement noted, quote, Ida stated the subjects involved have posted a video of her along with her name, insinuating this was sexual in nature. She believes that because she is a member of the community and holds a position with the state, that this now is a threat on her life. She was explained to call the non-emergency number. So the following...
Lady, you have no expectation of privacy in public. And in today's day and age, thank you, Gracie. I'll get another one set. Thanks for hitting the goals, y'all. In today's day and age, you better assume everything you do is being recorded. Everything you do is being recorded. So why the hell would you come after them for your actions being caught? They didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself. You did it to yourself, lady. You can come up and pull somebody's clothes down? Man, you outside of your mind trying to be like, oh, this is a threat on my life. Well, then you shouldn't have been acting crazy.
Sunday, Lorenzo spoke with a police officer in person, and she reportedly told
I think I hear Lex. Hang on one second. I'm going to let this play.
the officer that she believed that this teen was actually a minor and that she threatened to call Child Protective Services to file an indecent exposure report. The officer wrote in his report, quote, Ida stated that a 10-year-old boy near her that she had no relation to pointed at the female's clothing, and the boy's father did not do anything about it. Ida felt that it was her responsibility to address the female by approaching her and attempted to pull down the female's skirt to cover what Ida explained to be exposed genitalia. Ida said,
exposed what? Oh, Lord. It wasn't. It was his television.
That the female ignored her, so Ida threatened to contact CPS to file a report against the indecent exposure she had committed against the 10-year-old. Ida told me that she assumed the young female she had approached to be a minor as well. I asked her why she thought it was appropriate to touch another person and how she thought that to protect a minor would mean to touch another assumed minor. Ida's response was that she never touched the female and that she had only touched the female's skirt.
That's touching her. Man, these people are dumb as hell. I didn't touch you. I touched your skirt. Lady, that's the same thing.
I explained to Ida that she still had engaged in criminal behavior by touching the female's
Yes, that's assault.
clothing and that her behavior was not appropriate. I asked her why she did not call the police, and she told me that it would have taken the police too long to respond. So she had.
Oh, so you're some kind of vigilante. You're some kind of like Batman against mini skirts. You're the mini skirt Batman, Ida. Man, you crazy as hell over here. What? You are outside. You look like the Clark Kent version of Clark Kent. And you're out here trying to be like skirt woman. Skirt Batman skirt edition.
To take action herself. Ida told me that the female and
I can't handle these people. Y'all hit me with the hearts. I need some kisses on the cheek, y'all.
her group of friends filmed a portion of the incident and posted the video to multiple social media platforms with the tagline of being a Karen. And then we go to Monday because the 19-year-old came forward to police saying that she was sexually assaulted. She told investigators that Lorenzo came up behind her without any warning, touched her rear end, pulled at her
Damn, yep.
skirt. She says that she felt startled and violated. The teen provided a video of herself in the skirt that night and explained she was wearing underwear. So whatever Lorenzo thought she saw, she did not.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Multiple witnesses also reportedly spoke with police about this very strange confrontation. And on Wednesday, officers went to talk to Lorenzo again. I advised Ida of her Miranda rights and interviewed her. I explained that there was probable cause to support that Ida had committed sexual battery. Ida continued to deny that she ever touched the victim's skin and stated she only touched her skirt to pull it down. Ida believed that AL was a minor and that she needed to intervene. I explained to Ida that the belief that the victim was a minor should have been more reason to not touch.
Do not. Yeah. You weirdo. You just go around grabbing minors. Ida. This is going to be a very, probably a very hard pill for you to swallow, Ida. Okay? But go with me on this magical land of, I don't even have a sound effect for that, y'all. I need a magical land side effect. Just like a right? You cannot go around touching other people. Imagine, okay, for a second, imagine, Ida, if a grown, how old is this lady? How old is Ida? Ida, how old are you? You look like you're 40s, maybe 50s. It doesn't say how old Ida is, but I'm guessing maybe 50. Let's say 50. Okay. Ida. You know what? Ida, let's say 45. Imagine what would happen to a 45-year-old man, grown-ass man, that went up behind a 19-year-old with a skirt on and pulled her skirt down and said, I ain't trying to look at them cheeks. I don't want to look at them cheeks. Why are you showing them cheeks? What the hell do you think would happen in that situation, Ida? Think he'd go to jail? Probably. Actually, most definitely. So what do you think? You can just do that? Ida. You what? You fucked up, Ida. You played a game of F around and find out. That is crazy as hell.
The victim. I informed Ida that the victim provided evidence to suggest she was not lewd in public and that vaginal exposure had never been mentioned.
What? Desert Cat, men and women are different. That's true. Men and women are definitely different. But when it comes to essaying people, you just don't do it. You don't do it. It's not, I mean, yeah, we're absolutely different. And that's a good thing. We complement each other very well, as a matter of fact. Consensually, but you don't go up and just essay somebody just because you think this or that or anything. That's crazy.
During the time of the incident, Ida continued to state that she believed the female was completely nude underneath her skirt. Ida also provided a written statement with this information. So, Lorenzo, she was booked into a jail facility in Hurricane, Utah on one count of sexual battery.
Thank you.
Which is a Class A misdemeanor. She's since been released. The charge has a potential sentence of up to a year in jail and a $25,000 fine. Videos on social media seem to suggest that Lorenzo worked for or with the Utah Attorney General's office. We reached out to them. They neither confirmed nor denied that, saying in a statement, "We are aware of the situation and are following AGO policies and procedures. Ms. Lorenzo is not represented by the Utah Attorney General's office. All media and legal responses will need to come personally from her." Now, an initial court appearance is scheduled for June, and we actually had an interview with Miss Lorenzo set up, but she informed us that upon advice of her lawyer, she thought it best not to comment at this time. We will
oh, hell.
Of course, respect that. So let me bring on trial attorney Brian.
Justin Garment is not SA. Well, I mean, I could understand that if like it's like your girlfriend or something like that, or like your friend, and like they're like, oh, hold on, like do this or do that. Yeah. But this lady reached up under this girl's skirt, grabbed, like touching her cheeks, up under the skirt, grabbing the cheeks and everything, and pulled down. Man, if you're touching cheeks, give me a break. That's SA.
Ryan Claypool to talk a little bit more about.
She got charged with it. Let's see if it sticks. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they'll agree. But if you reach your hand up under someone else's skirt, I mean, come on. It's not like she grabbed the side of it and was like, hey. No, they said she went up under, grabbed it, and pulled down. And if it was too short, it's not like she was wearing something that's at her knees and she's grabbed at the knees and pulled it down. That thing was probably skin tight. And she went, no. Yeah, no, 100%.
This
throw the book at her.
Brian, good to see you. Wow.
Hey,
what
Jeff.
do we?
Hey,
what do we think of this?
If you're not invited, it's illegal automatically, right? There you go. Yeah, there you go. Wearing that type of clothing invites bad thoughts and bad behavior. I mean, that's kind of weird. I mean, you could wear something and people be like, oh, yeah, I like what I see. Or they could also be like, I don't like what I see. But then you don't act on it. You don't go up and just grab people just because they're wearing something. That's like the craziest thing I've heard. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trolling. That's a damn troll. Okay. It's a troll, y'all. I get it now. Okay. Bye, troll. Have a great life.
One.
Well, I got to tell you, dude, she should probably be charged with 2 misdemeanors if the second one existed. That's for being dumb, right?
Wow.
being dumb
that's
is
not a crime.
but
That's not a crime,
that's not a
unfortunately.
crime,
But yeah.
But Jesse, after seeing this case, maybe we could talk to the Utah legislature about instituting a crime for being dumb, because if there was a crime for that, she'd be charged with that as well. Look, I got bad news for Lorenzo, because under Utah law for sexual assault, it doesn't require skin-on-skin contact.
Thank you. Oh, too bad the troll. I mean, the troll was trolling, but even that, their first point, it wasn't. Are you sure? Because literally he just said under state law, it is. And that's a weird one. I think they got blocked, but man, that's a weird one to fight for. Like, think about that. That lady was in here talking like, you know what? If I have to die on this hill, I will. You should be able to touch people's clothing without their consent.
Emotional damage.
What was her name? Dessert Kitten or something like that? Who hurt you? That's crazy as hell. Why would you say something like that?
That's an important point here. The law says that even if she touches a skirt or a piece of clothing, as long as Lorenzo is touching the clothing of a private area, for example, your buttocks or the anus area or the vaginal area.
Uranus, like the planet, TikTok overlords. Uranus, the wonderful planet of Uranus.
Here the allegation, and the video shows that Lorenzo touched the skirt around her buttocks area. So, look, I don't really know what kind of defense she's going to have, given that that's the element of the crime.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a guilty plea. I don't think, she didn't clearly know the law, but you're 100% right. You don't have to make skin-on-skin contact, although the victim in this case says that she touched her. So let's talk a little bit about a defense, though, because let me phrase this. A defense, I'm using air quotes here. According to the police booking affidavit, I said, it again, Ida stated that she was sitting down in this waiting area. She sees this victim, this female. She sees this 10-year-old boy had pointed to this young woman and the boy's father didn't do anything. So she felt it was her responsibility to address this, to pull down this woman's skirt. And then she said that she didn't call police because she thought that it would take too long. You know, Lorenzo allegedly told police that the young woman ignored her, so that's why she felt threatened to call CPS. I guess the question is there ever, if you really did have somebody who was nude, okay, let's say she was nude. If you take a blanket and you put it on that person, or you try to put their clothing back on, would that be sexual battery? I mean, is it really dependent upon if that person is nude or not?
It's a great analogy, and it's an interesting question because, you know, is conduct justified if it's promoting, for example, public policy here, or to create a more, you know, prurient interest in the community to protect? For example, I think Lorenzo said there was some young kids around. I think he mentioned like a 10-year-old. So if think about it, if there's a 10-year-old around and the victim is dressed in a provocative way, and the 10-year-old's father is doing nothing to confront the woman who's dressed in a provocative manner, and a concerned citizen wants to take it upon herself.
I don't know if it's necessarily the father's job to confront the provocatively dressed person. It's the father's job to get the kid away from the provocatively dressed person. Just the same as if a kid is watching something on an iPad or on TV, and then you go, "Oh, hey, close your." That's what my mom did. We were watching Forrest Gump, and he's about to get into that school, and my mom's like, close your eyes. Me and my two brothers, she went, hey, close your eyes, earmuffs. It's the parent's job to shield the kid or block the kids as best they can to not see that. You're not supposed to just go up confronting people because you think they're provocatively dressed. That's relative anyways. So you take your kids to the water park? You be screaming at every single girl that's wearing a bathing suit? How dare you? How dare you? Avert your eyes, child. No, that's weird. Anyways, let's continue. The trolls are coming out tonight, y'all. The trolls are coming out tonight. Hit me with some love, y'all. Let's kiss the trolls away. I need some kiss action, y'all. Hit me with a little bit of the loves. Off the grid action, y'all. Rana like Donna, thank you for the Cash App. YouTube, you can join the channel now. Click the link that's in the top of the YouTube chat. You can join the channel. Y'all, TikTok, come join the what's it called? The Mystery Project on YouTube. Come on over. Like Jessica Simpson said. Was that Jessica Simpson? Come on over. Who was that? Or was that Christina Aguilera? Whichever one said it, y'all should do it. The Mystery Project on YouTube. The Mystery Project on Rumble. Haven't seen trolls in a while. I know, right? Because we've been converting them. We got some converted trolls. We got people that come in and they're like, I hate this person. And then like 3 days later, they're like, fuck, I got to help him hit the donut goal. Oh, I like him. We're converting trolls. Turning trolls straight into revenue. Straight from hate to negotiate. Thanks, trolls. Hang on, y'all. I gotta swap over the troll dollars. I gotta swap over the marathon on the haunted side real quick. Give me a second. Give me just a momentary second. 35 seconds. Y'all hit me with the kisses. Is Christina? Thank you, Amy. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Okay, hold up. Go live. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Okay. Go live. play. Okay, we good. We good, y'all. We good. Okay. Let's keep going. Free Giggle Girl. Incredibly late. No, I'm just kidding. Not too bad, actually. Not really all that bad, because this is the last one here. But then we're doing another live stream. So, well, TikTok is just going to stay the same stream, but YouTube and Rumble after this one, I'll be starting a new one.
To remove something that she believed could be offensive to other children looking at it. I mean, I think that's the argument she has to make. And look, who knows if this case it does go to trial. I mean, Utah is a pretty conservative community. And there might be some jurors on there that might just kind of do this when it comes to the law, cover their eyes and say, hey, wait a minute, maybe we're not going to find this woman guilty because she was doing something to promote what she believed is in the best interest of other children.
But
oh, they're going to try and use she was doing the Lord's work. Jesus told me to cover up that young lady's bottom. Let's keep going.
in other words, what you're saying is it's not necessarily she's hoping for a legal defense. She's hoping for something like jury nullification. Like you have a jury member who would say, yeah, you know, she touched her, but I don't want her prosecuted for this.
Great point. Yes. So, thanks for making that distinction.
So basically, there's somebody on the jury that's just going to be like, even though it's wrong, I don't think it's wrong. Or something to that effect.
That's why you're hosting the show and I'm a guest on the show. But
well,
I'll give you another
it's the
great
point.
analogy.
It's the point. They would feel sympathy for her, and they're not supposed to do that. But
look at a great analogy: the President Trump's hush money trial going on. I mean, that's another good example of what you're calling jury nullification. There, if you look at that case purely on the legal angle, it looks like there's not much of a case proving that Trump commanded somebody to falsify a financial statement. But that's a good example there too, because there could be some jurors on there that say, look, this looks kind of bad. I don't really like the way President Trump lived his life with 2 alleged affairs, and we're going to find him guilty, right? Not based on the facts on the law, but more of a personal view they have.
it happens. It's all the time, unfortunately, and it's a concern in a lot of cases. I want to go back though to her. I'm trying to understand her justification here, and I'm going to ask you about if you were representing her, if you think she should do media interviews at any point in this. We'll get to that in a second. But here's my question: She threatened to call CPS. Apparently, was going to file an indecent exposure report. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? So again, if there's a minor here whose skirt, if she was a minor, her skirt was too high. What does that mean? You're going to call CPS and file an indecent exposure report? Do you know?
Well, here's the problem. What constitutes indecent exposure? Because the victim was, I think, 19, right? So she's not even a minor,
right?
And think about it. What if the victim was in the restaurant wearing a bathing suit? I mean, I think Lorenzo is concerned about the skirt being too high. Maybe you could see the victim's butt cheeks, but
did he say the skirt being too hot? I think he Freudian slipped that one, y'all. Hold on, let me go back just a second. I think he said she was concerned with the skirt being too hot, not high, hot.
But I think Lorenzo is concerned about the skirt being too high. Maybe you could see
high. Maybe he said high. Okay.
The victim's butt cheeks, but
I guess that's just in my head. I'm just kidding.
When women are wearing bathing suits at a beach or anywhere else, and by the way, like in the summertime, I've got a place in La Jolla, which is not far from San Diego. I go in restaurants there.
I love La Jolla.
And in the summertime, especially, you see people walking around, even in public restaurants, in bathing suits. So I think that's the key issue. What is indecent exposure? And I don't think that, Lorenzo can take it upon herself to determine what's indecent exposure. Indecent exposure to me is, full, like you mentioned before, some kind.
If you can see the bits and that person is trying to make you look at the bits. That's the issue. But that still doesn't give you the right to go over there and up under the skirt, y'all, and pull down on it. Allegedly.
Full nudity. Maybe you can see, the vaginal area, or maybe, for example, the victim is allegedly maybe touching herself in an odd way. That to me is indecent exposure. But I think, look, the bigger issue in this case is can other adults take it upon themselves to rectify a situation?
No.
And in so doing, break the law. This is almost like being a vigilante, if you think about it. And
beautiful, exactly. Which is funny because it's in St. George, which is about an hour and a half, right? Is that how far it is? It's not that far from Vegas. 3 hours, maybe. How far is Vegas to St. George?
She doubled down on it, right? She doubled.
I can't remember.
Down on it with officers. She kept saying, like, almost like, no, she was exposed. No, there was this child. No, I had to take it upon myself to do this. But whether this person was a minor or an adult, it's still illegal to do that. It's still illegal. You can't say I'm going to fight indecent exposure by trying to take actions into my own hands. That's not a defense, right? Not a defense to say I'm.
Yeah, and even indecent exposure. So you fight fire with fire. You fight indecent exposure with SA. What?
I'm trying to fight against indecent exposure, which again could be a crime, but yeah.
Yeah, and getting back to your point, your question about the calling CPS, I think what and for some of your viewers and listeners, that's Child Protective Services. I think what she's saying is, hey, there's a parent, right? There wasn't there a parent of like I thought there was a parent of a 10-year-old. Like, I think she was trying to get people to intervene and confront
but nobody was.
The victim. Nobody did. Exactly. Yeah. I think that's what led to, hey, I'm going to get, Child Protective Services involved here. But look, I think there's a big issue we've got to talk about here. And by no means am I saying that Lorenzo did this or was thinking this at all. Please don't take it that way. But I actually have a case. It's a civil case. And by the way, this 19-year-old has a civil case as well if she wanted to.
Absolutely, she does.
For assault and battery.
Right.
Well, maybe not an assault because she didn't see it, but clearly it's a battery. But look, I have a case against the city of Santa Monica where the head of an after-school program would hug the teenage girls when they would come into the center, like at 4:00. He would hug them.
The way he's saying it, though, not like oh.
And then his kind of hand roamed kind of down near their hips. And then, our clients say he actually touched the buttocks, not skin on skin, but over the clothes. And then another thing he did, Jesse, which was bizarre, was he would get in the van to drive the kids somewhere, the teenagers, and he would immediately jolt the van forward, like hit the gas, then hit the brakes real quick. And then the girl in the passenger seat, she would go forward like this, right? And then he'd put his arm kind of around the front of her, and then his hand kind of went around their breast area.
Yikes.
Look, the only reason I'm bringing that up is because there are some weird people out there that
you can say that again
are aware. They think they're aware of the law, right? And they think they can get away with things that are not skin on skin, right? Because if you went out and interviewed 10 people, hey, do you think sexual assault arises if you don't touch the person's skin? Maybe 9 out of 10 would say, well, that can't be a crime. But I'm not saying she's doing any of this.
No,
but it's important to prosecute this because of that.
And it doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be with a sexual purpose. Like, it's not there for gratification.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that's something that she focused on too. Like, she was concerned about this being sexual in nature. Well, it's just the idea of you touching is what makes it a sexual battery. You don't have to have some for your personal gratification in order to be convicted of this.
That's exactly right.
But the thing is now, what's so interesting about it is she's not saying she didn't do it, right? She's not saying, I didn't touch her. It would show me. We don't have it on tape. I never touched her. She's like, no, I touched her, but there was a reason. So I don't know. Do you really think she's going to take this to trial? Do you think she's going to plead guilty? And if this is a Class A misdemeanor and she pleads guilty, what realistically could she be looking at?
Yeah, I think she really needs to come to her senses. I think what really hurts her case is, didn't she make a comment where she felt like this was a threat to her life? I mean, that comment leads me to believe that she's got some kind of,
Yeah, because she said that since she is a member of the community and holds this position with the state, that this is now a threat on her life. She was talking about
maybe livelihood,
where people were insinuating that this was sexual in nature, and she didn't like that the video was being posted. So she's considered, I mean, according to that, she thought this was a...
How dare you film my horrible actions and then post it to the interweb where millions of people are now holding me accountable for my horrible actions. That's what you're saying, lady. What the fuck? Oh, Lord. Tammy, no, he didn't get it today. It's supposed to be tomorrow, though, I think. It's supposed to be tomorrow. Y'all, hit me with the hearts. We're trying to get 20 of them. You know what? Let's switch it down, y'all. Let's get 10 of them. Let's get 10 of them. We got 2. Let's get 10. Keep tapping the screen, too. We hit 100,000 likes. We're at 108,000. Almost 500 people watching on TikTok. Y'all hit the follow button. My name is Patrick if you like true crime. I'm live every day, every single night. Welcome in. We got 250 people watching on Rumble, and we got 59 people watching on YouTube. Y'all, Rumble and YouTube, hit the little thumbs up button. All right, let's keep going.
A threat on her life.
This one's almost over, and then we got one more case to do, and then I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, the fact that Lorenzo is saying this is some kind of threat on her life is a deflection, right? What I mean by that is she now is trying to become the victim, right? Like she does this alleged bad act, and now all of a sudden, oh,
yeah, exactly. Done. Thank you. So sweet.
You're taping it. I didn't intend it to be a sexual act. Now it's being shown. I think you said 8 million views now. And oh my life is in jeopardy. I don't think that helped her when she said that, because it makes her again look like she's now the victim. And really, is she thinking straight? But again, you make a good point. Just so we're clear, it's just the intent to commit the act that's required. The intent to pull down or to pull up the skirt. I'm sorry. And that's all that's required. But look, at the end of the day.
Dawn, thank you. Oh, we hit it. Dawn, you're too sweet. Thanks, y'all.
She needs to try to cop a plea deal. And the reality is she's likely just to get probation if this is a first time incident. But she needs to put this to bed and hope that if she is working for the state attorney, that she doesn't lose her job over this.
And look, I will say, again, I'm not surprised that she didn't want to come out and speak now, but it does make me wonder if she were to take a guilty plea, would you advise her as your lawyer? I think you should explain your side of the story to the public. I think you should speak to media. Would you advise her to do that?
Yeah, what I would advise her to do is, first of all, she's got to take a plea deal that's not going to require any kind of, registering as a sexual offender. I'm not sure you can get that with a misdemeanor. But I think, I think what she did is wrong, but you don't want to see somebody's career, really ruined because of this action. So I think she's going to have a lawyer that's going to cut a plea deal, possibly for a lesser charge, which is just, maybe assault and battery without the sexual connotation, or she pleads to the sexual, assault, no jail time, and she's not required to register anywhere. But look, if I had her coming on your show, what I would tell her to say is like, look, I had good intentions. My intentions were not to expose children to what I perceive to be a woman dressing in a provocative way that doesn't send a good message to these kids. And it's in a public place. So that was my goal. Hey, did I handle it the right way? No. What I should have done is, tapped the young lady on the shoulder and said, hey, look, would you mind maybe, pulling up your skirt? And then that doesn't work. You know what I would have done too? Hey, then I probably should have gone to the owner of the restaurant and said, hey, can you talk to the victim? So that's what I'd have her talk about on your show. But yeah, what her version of what happened and how this has affected her is not working. So she needs a PR consultant.
And what's interesting about that is if she would have gone that route, if she would have went up to that woman,
right, Dawn, thank you for the caps.
Or she even went up to the manager. I'm not saying it would have been successful, but it would have been even more effective than just initially just grabbing the skirt, which is what she's accused of doing. So if she had the confidence to go up and allegedly grab the skirt, she could have had the confidence to have a rational conversation about it, but it seems like she didn't. We'll continue to see where this goes. It's just a really strange case, to say the least, but Brian Claypool, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, man, that is a strange case, though. Like, what do you... Ugh. But you don't go around touching people. You don't go around touching people that don't want to be touched. Craziness.
How dare you?
Okay, TikTok and... Or, sorry, not TikTok, y'all. Stay right where you're at. Because we ain't leaving. I'm about to Jordan Belfort this thing. We ain't leaving. I ain't leaving. TikTok, stay where you are. Because we have another case. But YouTube and Rumble, I'm going to end... YouTube, you get automatically redirected. Rumble, just stick around the chat and just keep refreshing. And we'll start up the next one. Leave a like, of course. Leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite part of this was. And don't say it was the BITCH joke. Or maybe do, because that was a good one. Okay, I'm going to end the stream. See you guys.